Hello, hello, hello. We're just getting rolling. It's gonna probably take us a little bit of time to get moving. But today's show is listed as the final show. Doesn't mean we're going away, but it is the last of our Pagan Sunday circles. Good morning, Kelvin. How are you? Glad to see you in. I'm ready for today. Today is going to be a phenomenal day. Finny, we gotta cut your nails, buddy. Good morning, Maeve. How are you? We're getting the last couple bits set up here. And if you happened to join Apocrypha last night, we are doing our final live show this morning, so I'm excited. Not that it's the last show we're gonna do, but just that we have other things that we're gonna do. So it's exciting. It's fun. I know the background music may be a tad loud compared to my voice, so we will adjust that shortly. Just a beautiful day out here. I think it's like 68 degrees outside, and we're probably heading out to see Wicked, the musical, whatever. Rook has been dying to see that for a while now. So that'll be fun.
Alright, all these salamanders.
We're live.
Woo!
So hello.
Woo! Wonder Woman, good morning. Hey, Kelvin, Maeve. Oh, I wonder if he's talking about going to see Wicked, which I'm probably going to end up seeing 3 or 4 times.
What?
Did you tell him we're going to see Wicked?
Yeah. 3 hours, apparently.
2 hours and 40 minutes.
That's a long ass movie.
Well, yeah.
I know I don't have to go. I am very aware that I'm an adult. Thank you.
I'm going to be seeing it in theater probably 3 or 4 times.
Good for you. I will see it once.
I'm obsessed.
I'm not spending 3 hours of life on my already short weekends multiple times.
Change
Yeah?
for good.
I mean, I am excited to see it once.
It's a movie event of a century, I think. Movie
Yeah,
event
I don't think
of
that's
our
accurate.
lifetime. I really think it would. Like, I think Wizard of Oz is like one of the greatest stories.
Okay.
Been changed for good. Oh, thank you. Prepared mine. I apologize in advance. I've had hiccups since noon yesterday.
Didn't have them while you were sleeping.
I didn't? Well, that's good. I don't know what it is. Hello, my family on the magic arts. Which? Oh, hey.
Paranormal. Hello, hello.
Beat up, beat up, beat up,
I'm glad you're here. This is the finale
of this. You know, who knows? We may not do something like this again, but end of a project. We started this in 2020. Well, not long after COVID started.
Yeah.
And now it's time to do other things, which I think are better. Would be nice. Oh. Oh, that's so good. Thank you.
Don't be sad. We'll be doing more. I think yeah. Let's go to. I'm gonna call the corners. I don't even have the sheet anymore.
Oh, what happened to it?
Cat's probably got it.
Oh, you cats.
Be careful of all the stuff that's on top of those too. I know you can see there's stuff on top of those pieces of paper.
Oh. Good girl, Teeny. Good girl, Shamantra.
You're not going to hear this fun. It's definitely not in there. If it's not under the star there, then we don't have them to call today. And I don't think it is. I think the last one got hit the floor and was... Hey. So I'm glad everybody's able to make it today. It's going to be fun. Probably going to be short. So, Iris, what are you eating? Because I know there's no food on the floor. Sorry, Ma. So we're almost ready. We're just setting up our final bits. Nope. All right, so we'll go ahead and get cameras going. Say hello. I'm not able to pick up my petite with my hands today.
My petite.
You have to go over there, honey. So hello and welcome to the final show. So we don't really have a topic today. We're going to talk about stuff in general probably. But
what's coming up?
We're going to talk about our plans. We're going to talk about what we've been doing. And then we'll probably do some card pulls. And I think that'll be fun. So, what have you been doing lately?
I've been off this week for my birthday. And not much else. Playing video games. What else?
I'm still reading my book on Beirut. And on Hearthwitch stuff. So that's still going on. So reading has slowed down. I've been playing more games and doing more fun things.
I'm still reading my Hedge Witch book. I've kind of not done anything this week. It was great. Absolutely did nothing.
Yeah.
I need about 3 weeks a year to do that. And so
yeah.
This is one of them. Thank you, Paranormal.
Yeah, they're nice.
But I think we've been trying to get back into making our videos, and it's been years, and that's really the way that we started doing this, to make content via videos, and that's kind of our artistic
So yeah, we can go ahead and jump into that if you want.
Oh.
So we're done talking about general stuff. Okay, got it. I hear you.
We don't have to.
No, you made the decision. I hear it. I seek to understand and follow. So thank you for the guide. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna hiccup every 5 seconds. I'm trying to talk in between.
You've been talking perfectly fine. That's good.
It is good. And I was just saying that we're gonna get back to making our videos to put content out instead of doing a twice a month podcast. Sorry, I can't talk. We want to do things that involve a little bit more participation. Good morning, that fox. That loud fox.
Good morning.
So we're gonna plan to meet via Discord and in person the Saturday every month before the full moon. In December, the full moon is
Guys, hush.
December 15th. So our first meeting would be December 14th. Still working on a time, and this is an open discussion, like a study.
Guys, hush. So let me go back a little bit the way we were planning on discussing this. So we have decided to, this being our last show, let's start there. Not go into like all the forward stuff just yet. So no longer do we feel like doing this scheduled live is working for us, at least for me. As you can tell, we've missed quite a few, right? And it's just being canceled for things that are coming up. And I'm like, okay, if we're willing to cancel it, that must mean our needs have changed. So with that change, some of the things that we talked about is how much we miss making our actual videos that we were able to edit and put out, and doing some of the other things that we've done differently. Our poor dog just loves to pee on himself. Poor Finny. So we decided to let's do that. Let's refocus a little bit. Does it mean we're never going to do a live stream? No. I think they're going to probably be more one-offs, or maybe something that we'll discuss like in the Discord or whatever, and say like, you know, we're going to be doing a live this month and we're going to have maybe some people on and have discussions, but it's probably not likely. But that doesn't mean we're going away either. We're going to be putting out more of our videos that we've got scheduled up. That's going to be the main focus within YouTube. Because scheduling the streams is just, well, scheduled. And our life is heavily scheduled as it is. And we need to really work on descheduling things, right? And moving things on in a way that we can do them asynchronously. So that's where that came from. We can still do streams, we can still do stuff, but I think the videos is really going to be the main focus.
Yep.
So that brings also our other idea that Rook was just talking about that's completely separate. Starting this month, in 2 weeks, we're actually going to have our first internal meeting or whatever, probably today or this week at this point. And that is having back to what we did before, right? Remember, we used to do our show and then afterwards we'd have our Discord group. But we are looking for more in-person stuff and more ways to have discussion about things in general. Ma, come on. Okay, come on. You're coming up.
I've always prefer more of a discussion type style anyway.
I think the need for me is I enjoy conversing with you guys, but I can't pay attention well to the chat and to the discussion and all these things. And, I don't want to be, I'm not driving to be a prominent force, an apex force, like a disseminator of information. I am looking more for an interchange of information. So we are going to have a meeting every Saturday prior to or day of, if it happens to fall on a Saturday, of a full moon, because we are trying to get that stay in that cycle. And anytime there is a turn on the wheel of the year, for example, Yule, if we don't have a scheduled meeting prior to it, we will be doing a meeting prior to that. So it turns out to be about 16 times a year. We are going to rotate our location of different areas locally in this area, and we're going to go have a group of meetup, people in the area that are interested in having conversations. And we're going to do that, like I said, at minimum before the full moons and before the turns of the wheel. So we have a full schedule we're going to put out in Discord. And it's going to be Discord based for you guys. So what that means is, I got hair in my mouth. That's not what that means. What it means overall is we are going to get to these meetings and we're going to hang out at our location, and we're going to pull up on our Discord on our iPad or laptop or whatever, the Discord, so that you guys can join in on conversations. Do you have to join in on the conversation? No. Do you want to just listen? You can. But I don't feel the need or the desire to stream it anymore. Like, it's not about YouTube and streaming. It's about the people that we care about, you guys, having conversations about things. But if you're still not comfortable to converse, you can just come in and listen, or you can type in the chat. That would be perfectly fine alternative. So it'll be a mix of hybrid in-person and online discussions. We will have a set time, but we probably will do extras because I think this is going to be our main way of communication. We may increase it, we may do extras, but it'll always be on those days. So if you have a topic or something you want to bring in or share with with people, you do that. If you don't, you come in and just listen to what we're talking about that day. And this could be people who believe in Christianity. This could be left-hand path. It could be strictly pagan. It could be Quaker. It could be any of the many different things that everybody does spiritually. And it's going to be that discussion. And that'll be the focus.
Hi, Furry. Hi, Dragon.
Hi, Furry. Oh, yeah, and Dragon. Hello. So, while we love our group, we want more concomitant discussion. That's what we're looking for. And again, if you're not comfortable doing that, but you still want to participate, you come in.
You can lurk.
Absolutely. Come in and lurk. If you have questions, you can type them in. If not, it'll be just like in here on YouTube, but we're not broadcasting to just a general audience. We're broadcasting to just you guys, and maybe it'll spread by word of mouth, maybe it won't. Maybe we'll stay with 10 people or go down to 5, who knows. But the Sunday Pagan Circle is no more. I am excited and a little sad because we've been doing it for about 3 years now, 2.5 years. So I'm hoping you guys will still continue to join us in the Discord. And again, we're going to be putting out videos. So we're going to get back to that video series. We put out, I think, quite a few videos on different topics like animals and spirit animals and power animals. We did things on our practice. We might go back and re-video some of those things with new topics. It'll be a conversational style stuff. We're not doing any significant planning. We're not teaching how to open the gates of hell. But we will share with you how we do magic and how we do things like that, and it'll be fun. Whether we do it consistently in additional ways, that'll be seen. But that's why the Discord is still going to be focused. Like, that's going to be a big focus of this.
And I have not been good about working the Discord, and I think hopefully I'll be able to focus more on that. I have not been in there, and that's just horrible.
I'm not doing much with it either.
So I'm going to work on that, being more active in the Discord. Excuse me. Sorry.
You can't say excuse me, sorry every time because you'll be doing it every 3 seconds. So I think the really neat place... Oh, don't be dramatic. I had hiccups for over 2.5 weeks once. You'll be fine. Now you know how I feel. Get you some Thorazine. But I think you're right, Dragon. I think it's going to be more fun. I think because it's not just us kind of talking at the team, the group, the people, you guys. Because as I've said before, we're not the leaders, the teachers. We're not the experts. We're just sharing with you what we're learning and doing as we do it. So I think a more co-partnered experience will be better for us because I really, really want us to have that interaction and not just kind of in here kind of, speaking. And if you can join, great. If you can't, tell us the time you can and we'll make efforts to do little subgroups and things. It's really, even if it's one-on-one, like we have a couple people that are not comfortable with a big group and they've said, hey, can we just hop on Discord and talk about this? Absolutely. Let's do it next Saturday at 3 p.m. And that's going to be the method. And we're going to advertise that process through Discord, YouTube, and all that stuff. Facebook, that kind of stuff. So, again, we can have people in or whatever. But I think it's going to be a much better benefit to all of us because we'll be learning a lot more stuff from people who know a lot more. And that's going to be our focus, the Discord chat, really. And just opening it. I'm not kidding when I tell you I'm going to try to be in Discord as much as possible. Sometimes I'll just be playing games. And then when I'm just playing games, we can chat, but I won't be paying as good of attention because I know I can't stream games because I won't pay attention to both chat and the game. I can't do it. But we can be in Discord and having good conversation. And Kelvin, as you have been in our Discord before, don't even say that. We'll hop in and get together. If we get up on a Sunday morning, we're like, hey, we got time. We might open up our Discord right now and just say, hey, let's chat about whatever. But our pre-moon stuff, those scheduled things, those will be focused on spirituality and the things that are upcoming, whether it's the moon, the meaning of the moon, and then any topic anybody wants to bring. Right now, I think our planned times are something like 3 to 5 or 4 to 6 on Saturdays. But yeah, and that'll be that. And Sunday's a lazy day for us. We do like to do motorcycles and stuff, but we're often either here at the Kava Bar. And now that we've got things kind of set up really well for ourselves, we'll be more than easy to hop on Discord at the same time and have conversations and still do some type of a Sunday circle that way. I think it'll be fun. So yeah, that's the big news.
And thank you guys for hanging out for 3 years. We started this when a little after COVID started, and we couldn't get together in person. And now I think with doing the monthly meetings through the Discord, we can still get together. Just be able to talk more. Yeah. Like a conversation instead of reading comments and just answering back that way. You can jump on if you want and talk in real time. Excuse me. Yeah.
It'll be fun, I think. And I think what it will do is it's kind of better that and this is to me how witches did it in the day, and Satanists probably do it in the beginnings, is you get together with people who have the idea that we can be more and talk more and have more, and we can go through that process, right? We can go into that system, we can go into those details with multiple different people's experience, not just ours. And Dragon, we also thought about that. We thought about, well, what about people who will never be able to do it on a Saturday? I'm like, we haven't been doing it as much lately because so much has been going on. But I remember when I used to just hop in Discord, this was like a year ago when you guys first left. And we would just get in Discord and chat. So those things are still going to happen. So it's just basically what we're saying is that we'll have scheduled times based on what we're doing for the process, right? But there's going to be multiple other opportunities for us to have real conversations about things instead of just us talking about what we do, because we want to hear from everybody and what everybody else is doing, and kind of just do this through Discord where there's back and forth discussion versus on here, which is a little bit more difficult. And we'll still be putting out our videos, so you'll still learn about what we do and how we do it. We'll get that back up and running.
Yeah, and I think too, for me anyway, by starting with the full moons, it's going to help me tune back into cycles and things, as I haven't been for quite a while, and need to get back in tune.
Yeah, we're going to go in and try to
have a purpose.
Huh?
And do work with a purpose.
Yeah. So we have a plan. We're going to finalize the times and stuff today. That's the one thing we haven't done yet, is making sure that our times work, for what we're doing. And we've had a couple of options. Do we do early afternoon? Do we do late night? There's different things going on around Apocrypha, that kind of stuff. So either way, we'll make it work, and we'll hook up. We'll set the times. We'll post it in Discord, in our Two Pondering Pagans Discord. So that'll be coming soon. I've got the dates all plotted out. I think the next one is December 14th. And again, I'm not sure exactly where we'll be when we do it. It could be here, it could be out, it could be anywhere. It could be in a field for all I know at this point. But yeah. So I don't think you're going to miss us. I think you're going to still have opportunities to be part of this. It's just going to be less about streaming.
Maybe even more on a personal level, which is nice.
Yep, more personal. And a little bit less formal. Like when we're doing this, it kind of feels like we have to do research. We have to pick information up. We have to set things up. And while I like that, when we're on Discord, one of the cool things is not only will we be on Discord, we're going to have physical people with us.
Yeah.
And there's already a couple people that are interested locally that, are going to come and sit. So you guys will, like I said, be on the Discord. We'll make sure that it makes sense.
Oh, yeah. We should go over it.
Yeah. We will. That is going to happen one day.
It's definitely.
But we'll get that process together, right? And get those times in and have these conversations in much a similar manner. But again, nobody will be forced to talk or video or anything. But we'll have our video on with the group. And I think our first meeting is December 14th. We just have to set the time,
14th.
so we'll let you know. And that is going to be for the full moon on the 16th, I think?
15th.
15th. That's our December full moon. And then next year, there are 12 full moons. Sometimes there's 13, but next year has 12. And then we have our 8 turns of the year, where 4 of them fall on a Saturday or a previous Saturday that we'll already have.
That's
So
good.
16 groups, which is... Right now we're doing 26, right? If we're doing twice a week, which we weren't really keeping up, so we're going down to 16. But again, not just us on camera talking and you guys chatting. This will be an opportunity for you to hear, because I know Heather likes to share. Furry Rage, Maeve, all you guys love to have good conversation.
Kelvin, Mike.
We'll help keep some topics going if there aren't any, but when there aren't, or when there are, we'll let it be organic and kind of grow. And process that way. So I'm excited for this.
I am too. Yeah, trips, explore, and film.
Also takes the pressure off of us to always be, having to be the giving information, because I need to get more from others.
Yeah.
I'm not saying people aren't giving me stuff. I'm just saying I need to hear myself talk less and other people talk more. That's part of my path at the moment. So with that, the only topic we have today before we go into tarot for me is control. And that is where all of this is coming out of. That's the whole purpose of what's happening, is controlling what we can control. And we talked a little bit about it last night, so you know it was on my mind if you were on the show last night. But I kind of brought up a psychiatrist or psychologist, I don't know which one she is, but she was having a conversation with another psychiatrist talking about some issues she's having. So psychologists go to therapy, right? Which is smart. And they talk about, look in the world of things and what's around you and see where are you failing to say no. So evaluating what's around you and be like, okay, I don't want to do that, but I'm doing it. I'm going to say no. And when it's boundaries, yes, but it's more than that. It's recognizing your ability to say no and your need to say no. And then looking around and seeing, where can I say yes? What are the things that I want to say yes to do the things I want to do? And that's kind of what we're doing. My no is, I don't want to be a head teacher. I don't want to be the person running the business. I get enough fulfillment of control in my life with work. So my control in this world and non-work is controlling what I will and will not spend my energy and time on. So I'm knowing a couple of things and yesing a couple of things, and putting those pieces where I want them, as opposed to just where I thought I wanted them or where they could be. Things don't serve a purpose forever.
Nope.
This show served its purpose for me very well. Met a lot of great people. So I hope you guys do join us in Discord. And can you share it to other people? Absolutely. We'll be opening up the invite so you can invite other people. Anybody you want into the Discord to come in and have these conversations. Or if you want to host one, we'll invite our group to yours and host in another Discord at times.
And if you have suggestions for what would be good times, we're open to hear that too. Excuse me. First we thought about doing it late at night, and we're like,
Yeah, I like the idea of like not really late on Saturdays.
But the people getting in person, I think, might be an issue.
So we may but the good thing is about that is we can still do one that late if we choose to just open it up, and people who can and who can't. But the scheduled one will be consistent times. I'm pretty sure we're leaning towards like 4 to 6.
Yeah.
Or with Apocrypha, maybe even 5 to 7. I don't know.
Yeah.
Might be too close.
So yeah, 4, 6, 5 to 7. Yep.
So that's the control thing, right? We one of the things that I've learned that I knew, but I kind of learned more on, is the most important thing to human beings in all of our life is driven by the need for safety. Safety of shelter, safety of food, safety of yourself. And in order to have safety, you have to be in control of your environment. But as human beings, we tend to over-control. And, that's something we really need to work on, is that locus of control on ourselves and being able to move that in a way that's meaningful. So control doesn't mean you have to control everything else, but controlling of the things that are within your purview to control. And I tend to try to control the things around me more than I need to. And that's something I think humans do naturally. We go overboard in those things, and it's letting go of the control. Just like Dragon says, control, learn to give that shit up. And that's what it is. You're giving up control of things that you don't even need to be in control of, but developing control of the things that are appropriate for you to control, like your ability to say no, yes, set boundaries. And it's not like I don't like the show or doing the show, but I feel like it's no longer serving a main purpose to me because I'm like, I wanted to get our voice out and give people a place to meet. Well, now I want to hear more voices. Right, I want to hear more
and learn.
We'll
Exchange of info.
Yeah, we'll still do streaming. I think maybe this will open it up for us to actually do the tarot we've been talking about.
Absolutely.
And do full-on tarot streams periodically, something like that. And yeah, like I can foresee us as we're cutting some things out of our life and minimizing some things. The likelihood that we'll get on late at night, 11 o'clock, is probably likely on some days. Some extra discussion. So yeah, what are your thoughts on all that?
The same. I think it's kind of run its course, and I think being purposeful and doing around the moons for me really is about getting back in tune. A lot of it. Yes, it's about exchanging info and conversationally and learning, but I really need to get back in tune with cycles. And what better for me personally than to do it and start with the moon?
Yeah, and for me, with doing it like in a Discord manner, it just coming on here and doing the show is kind of like us talking to you guys and saying, here's what we do.
Yeah.
I want to know what you do. And if I say, hey, we will try this, and you say, oh, I want to try that. You try it, and you come back and say, oh, I really like that. We'd say, okay. Is there a potential in the future where we open up Discord to do one of our rituals or some of the stuff that we do around here? I think that's going to be our main method.
That would be really cool.
Because our goal isn't, and never has been, followers and watchers. That's not what we're here for.
No.
So, yeah, I think that'll be neat.
I like that the place will move every time, or it'll rotate between different places. It's nice. So we're gonna get our invites out, and hopefully we can get a couple people in person. If not, then we're still gonna
get on it. Yep.
And open up the Discord just like now.
And we've done it before. We did this before, like when we were going to the cigar bar, we would have the meetings. However, there were some people who attended who were going to have to meter out. There are certain things. Oh, yeah. This isn't freedom of speech Discord.
Like racism and all that stuff. We can't.
Any minor semblance of that stuff will be thrown right out the door real fast and banned.
I think we stopped having that Discord like because right about that time. Yeah,
we had somebody come in and said some really racist things and really upset us, and we just kind of shut it down and didn't go back.
Yeah.
So from now on, that's just going to be an immediate ban. I don't care. I'm not going to say a word. I'm just going to go and click it and kick them out.
I am really looking forward to doing the videos again too.
Yeah.
That's a lot of fun. It's a lot more work just getting on and talking, but it's a lot of fun, and it helps get that creative stuff out too.
Yeah. You're going to have to learn how to edit.
I'm going to have to learn how to edit. Yep.
So if you guys have any recommendations for times that would work great, like obviously we want to do it where more people can do it or have extra times, but we're literally setting this up as like an open time to discuss. Even if nobody shows up, we're going to still open the Discord and just have it open while we're doing what we're doing. And so you may hop into Discord and see us reading a book at the bar and have to say hello to get our attention, because if nobody shows up, that's what we're going to do, because we're committed to having this open area where we can continue to meet. And I'll tell you, one of the interesting things is on Friday nights, we do Dungeons and Dragons with 2 people, 3 other people really. Yep. And what we've noticed is we spend most of the time talking about life because we're not having that engagement like we need. We're filling everything with something to do.
And we do as much of talking about life as we do playing the game, if not more.
Yeah.
Probably a little bit more.
So yeah.
Oh, it's fun.
Oh, it is fun, Dragon. You know, for the first time we've started playing, we now have 2 groups. That are one's D&D and one's something else, but it is fun. Ooh. Rye bread moved.
It is fun. It is Gianna's birthday today.
Is it? I have to call and say hi. So it is fun, and one of the things, like, it's one of the things I never thought I would do, because it's one of those, it's like role playing, and I always used to feel really silly doing it, and I don't now. And I'm glad that I stepped out of my comfort zone to play D&D, because we've met a bunch of new people. It's really shoehorned us into having connections that we wouldn't have otherwise had.
Yep.
Kava does that more too. That's a big part of it.
Oh gosh, yeah. Oh.
But I'm telling you, when I tell you, you get in there and you start letting loose and letting your guard down and letting the things just kind of flow, and role playing for real in Dungeons and Dragons, it's a good feeling. It really does.
And the crazier and sillier and more outlandish you get, the more fun. And like that happened to me, I think, actually Friday night. I just went crazy, but like with descriptive bard like tales and stuff, and it was so much fun. And did you notice? I think the DM liked it a lot too. He was smiling.
Yeah,
I was saying my crazy
Except you
stuff.
kept telling him when to do a check. That's not how that goes.
You had to tell me you're not the administrator here, didn't you? A couple times.
But it is fun.
It is a lot of fun.
And that is, I mean, this is a spiritual show, right? And it has been, and our Discord is going to continue to be that spiritual show, but this is part of that discussion. If you really want to hear like about topics like this, like specific things, I think Apocrypha kind of does that. I think we're doing okay in that front. But getting into this stuff and having these outlets where we get the ability to, where you get the ability to hear from more than just us, is immensely beneficial. And then for us to be able to hear from all of you differently and what you're experiencing, it changes things. And that's what this is supposed to be. And it's not really the right place to do it in YouTube. We're still going to get our thoughts out with videos, like we said, but that'll be enough of that. The rest of it is we'll have discussions, and we are going to really grow on some of those things. But yeah, and PS4.
Yeah, so I have got several games. I'm doing some kind of walkthrough games now, and I wanted to get the game that you play. Furry Rage. Was it Rust? But I've got to get headphones so we can talk. And I think they're cheap headphones, but I just got to get some. Is Rust the game, though?
So you won't use your Discord on your iPad?
I mean, I can do that. I mean. Excuse me just a moment.
So, yeah, it is Rust. Paranormal. You shouldn't, if you choose and want to post it, because you want to do it, you should continue to post it. Please. It's not boring for people. I enjoy reading them. I don't catch up very much because I'm not in Instagram a lot. But the one thing I have learned with this show is you continue to do what makes you feel good about what you're going to do, and you stop it when you don't feel good about it. So don't stop it because it might be boring for people. Stop it because you don't want to do it anymore. That's like what we're doing here. Like I don't really want to do a YouTube thing anymore where we're telling people about what we did and what we read. I want to have a conversation about it. So we're going to change that. But if you like posting on Instagram, you should. You shouldn't stop that. Exactly, Manny. You should be posting for yourself. We've never cared on the show how many followers we have or how many likes. I've never even looked at our metrics. I don't care. What I care about is having some good conversations and sharing what we like to do. And if people hop on, great. If not, not my problem. Not our problem. We're going to do what we want to do. His life is too short and it's going to be gone at some point, and you're going to wonder what you did. Did you have some fun? Did you enjoy it? Were there moments? And we should do that. And then paranormal. Your posting on Instagram could always be part of our discussion topic too.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're really good information.
But I figure it might be boring. Oh no, it is not boring. I've got to go back and catch up on them. Paranormal, and that's another reason I think this will help is I can do my own reading and stuff like that and get caught up on other people.
Mm-hmm. I'm just slow on Instagram.
It is not boring at all. It is not boring at all.
Left Hand Path and occult topics are obviously definitely staying in. What I will say is I will share topics that I know about within the Left Hand Path, because as you know, I'm new to the Left Hand Path as a thing. even though I think I've been on it for a long time, just didn't know that it was a thing. So now I've kind of adopted that process, that system a little bit, that thought. So I'm not an expert on it, so I share what I have. But you know a lot about it too. You should share what you know, and see how it gets other people thinking. Because remember, we're inviting everybody. So if we have a group of Christians, which I think technically Quaker is Christian.
I think so, yeah. Which are really cool. That's a very interesting path. I want to hear more about from them.
They'll be present having discussions, and hearing that, and they're certainly not upset or afraid to hear about Left-Hand Path, occult, and Satanism either. So it'll be just interesting. And anybody who does get offended by this, they're not going to be coming back to the group. This is not about that. So that'll be a banned thing. So I'm even excited. Maybe I can convince Mark V to come in and share more about what he does sometimes,
That would be great. And then the other girl, the one that comes on y'all's a lot, the Christian witch that...
Oh, Curse?
Yep.
Absolutely.
I would love to hear about her practice.
Curse and Ephemeral Obscura. She's really excitable, and I like that.
Sweet.
She's got some really neat information I'd like to hear more about. So yeah, that's kind of the thing. But it all came out of a reevaluation of what we want out of life and what we're doing. So we're making some major changes. This table you see here, this is staying set up. But I'm hoping at some point to get people over here to play Dungeons and Dragons. You know what I mean? We'll get a couple of jarfuls. So
dice.
Yeah. A couple of jarfuls of DTK.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
and then just do it here.
Growlers, that'd be fun.
Yeah. So that's the thing. So I hope you guys enjoy that and like that. And again, nothing ever says that we can't start this back up, whether we do it monthly or just randomly pull a Sunday up and do a circle. It won't be as consistent for sure.
More organic.
But more organic is that's actually the best way to say it. That's what we're looking for.
To my baby said.
Trying to be more organic with how things are going. So
look at my baby.
On December 14th, definitely there will be a Discord open. There will likely be a Discord open today. Or even Tuesday or whenever. But we'll announce them in our Discord. So if you guys aren't in the Discord, let me know so I can get you in there.
That is a good I'm glad Instagram has worked for you, Paranormal Witch. It is a good outlet. However, we can, modern ways to share information and communicate is always nice.
And I'm interested in learning and hearing more from stuff like Maeve. All the time we'd have really good conversations in Discord, because people get in there and have this. I usually fell asleep at the end of them because we did them too late. I've fallen asleep more than once, but I want to hear more about his practice. If your practice, if you're still in here, in general. And while I don't think we'll be doing things like tarot on the Discord, I don't think that's going to be a thing on there.
I think we will do a stream.
We'll do streams. We've been saying, and we still haven't done one, but now that we're taking this requirement out, it's kind of opening up. And we'll see how long Apocrypha lasts for me.
Something has changed within you.
Well, right now it's still meeting my needs. But it's getting closer to the edge, I'll say that. But yeah. So I think those are great ideas, great topics. So I'm a little more detailed when we do the moon stuff. We're obviously going to be talking about the moon. I will share my resources with you and we'll talk about what is the moon's is it the harvest moon or whatever that is, whatever the type of moon is, where is it astronomically, astrologically, and then kind of how it fits in. And then we'll be talking about if Yule is going to be talked about December 14th.
Yes.
And then if you are maybe going to celebrate Saturnalia or Quakers celebrating, I don't want to use their names until they're willing to use them, want to talk about Christmas and histories of those things. We're going to talk about them. We're going to do those things. So I'm excited. Alrighty.
Thank you, Manny.
We appreciate you. We're excited to have these conversations again and put. I know it's early for you guys, so.
Oh, I hope it goes smooth and too much of a stuff left with that.
Yeah.
Moving is fun.
No.
A Yule part. Yeah.
That would be cool. Fun. So we're gonna switch over now. Now that we've given all the news and kind of share what we're gonna do, Rook and I are gonna get together later today to finalize the images and stuff, and make the actual schedule so that it's written out and everybody can have access to it with the dates. Just remember, always a Saturday before a full moon, or the Saturday before a turn of the wheel if it's not already on the Saturday before a full moon, because those will combine. Time's coming shortly, but mid-afternoon most likely. Yeah, I think 4 to 6 is probably the best contender at the moment.
Yep, agreed.
Or 3 to 5, one of those two. So with that, we are going to switch over to tarot or cards. So we're going to pull our last cards today as this process sunsets. So who would like some cards to be pulled?
Go potty real quick.
Rook's going to run to the restroom, while I will be focused on using the Seasons of the Witch Yule Oracle today. Furry Rage. You don't say it like that. That's sad. I know. But I think we're going to have a lot more ability to get more information out there and have, more personal connections. I'm just hoping, thank you, got your Paranormal and Furry, that we can keep it up. I think I have most of them. I don't know if I have all of them. I know I have Beltane, Imbolc, Yule, Ostara. Yeah, Dragon, I got you first. I'm sorry I didn't say her name, but I have you first. Obviously, I have the Yule one, and I think I have like 1 or 2 other ones. I think I have like 6 or 7 right now, so there's still a few I don't have. And they're really good. I don't know what Rook is using just yet. He's, like I said, went to the restroom, so when he gets back, we will know. The Seasons of the Witch Oracle. Get some cards going here. This is my favorite part, is doing cards. So this I'll miss the most, but I think doing actual tarot streams themselves will be fun, like full-on tarot readings. And I think we're gonna do them like Rook and I did before, where we pull like 4 to 6 cards and go back and forth if we're both available. Because I just enjoy cards so much. They are so important to me. James Bowen, hello. Yes, we will add you to the list. Fine person. I'm not sure how long you've been here, but today is our last show that is going to be done in this manner. All future shows are going to be on a more personal level, and they'll be through Discord, active chat, and in person. If you're interested in joining any of those, make sure to check the Discord, because that's where they will be held. And we'll be doing them on Saturdays before every full moon and or a turn of the wheel. So yeah.
I never use these oracle cards.
Very sad, yeah.
I'm gonna use them. Moonology. I've never used them.
Okay.
I've looked at them for years and years and years.
Sounds good. So, yeah. Last show is sad, but there will be more videos coming out that we are going to be doing. It's just, obviously there'll be pre-records that we will be editing and putting together. I'm not a great editor, so you'll get the best that I got.
And I'm learning.
Yeah, and you're learning. So we'll have that, and then we'll also have live streams still, just in different ways and not scheduled like this. And then Discord again. If you want to join the Discord, if you're not in, let me know. We'll make sure you get the invite. Actually, I'll go ahead and invite in case anybody does. I think y'all have it, so.
Oh, and I need to learn how to do that too. there's a lot of things I need to learn about managing our Discord.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to be promoted to the assistant manager of the Discord.
So that's our Discord, and what'll happen is we're going to post today or tomorrow. I have a very busy work week this week. We've got all day meetings, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Ooh.
All day, like 8 to 4:30. But in Discord, we're going to post the calendar, and we'll pin it, and the calendar will be every date that we're going to have a meeting. If there's anything that we need to change, obviously we'll try to do it ahead of time. And then the meetings will be in person, rotating locations for us and anybody who's joining us who lives here. And then Discord will be opened up as a group and placed on the table to hear and have conversation as well. And engage in the conversation if you wish. If you don't want to, you just won't. And that's fine. You can still chat. You can still just hang out. And topics will be initially focused on the moons and the changes, and then any topics you guys wish to bring up, we will talk about. The only banned speech is racist, homophobic, that kind of stuff. We're just not having any of that. Not the time or the place. It will be just an automatic removal from the Discord. No questions asked. You won't even know it. It's just going to happen.
Wow, that's a lot of days in a row.
Oh yeah, that is a lot of days in a row.
Rest, relax, recharge.
All right.
That is tough for sure.
So we are starting with Dragon Alchemist.
Dragon Alchemist. All right. Ooh, those are pretty old cards. Okay.
All right. The card I pulled for Dragon Alchemist is Ceremony. So this is calling to you to have ceremony. Ceremony is a really neat thing to me. It's the processional idea of reverence for things, which I think you already probably do a lot of in the area where you're at. But this is a little more formal, setting up a moment or a time in the next couple of weeks to really go out and just commune specifically with focus and intent. And ceremony just kind of calls to that internal part of us that wants us to have the ritual, to do the procession, to do the walk into the woods and be one with the woods and really kind of take in what's happening. Because right now we're heading into the barren time of the year, right? It's cold. There's snow. There's the leaves that are falling except for evergreens. So the world changes, and it's calling you to look at ways you can have ceremony to re-up that energy throughout the cold time.
All right, I pulled Communication is Key. New Moon in Gemini. And what I'm getting, it's really, this one is communication is important, but I get more of its thoughtful communication. So thinking things through before providing a response to somebody. Don't just answer to answer. And then sometimes if you don't have an answer, I know that's important just to say I don't have an opinion or an answer. So communication is important, open communication, but thoughtful communication, not just saying something to do a response.
So open
not that you're doing that. It's just saying to.
So maybe communicating in ways that you aren't used to communicating, but if you're planning a ritual soon, you might want to add some ceremony into that.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit more pomp and circumstance than you usually do. So I hope that gives you some information. Furry Rage is up next.
Furry.
We got Cold Moon. Fitting for the time of year, right? The cold moon. So this is a reminder to kind of take the moments that are cold. Furry Rage. Squeaky Squirrel. What was it? Rage Against the Squirrel. But Cold Moon is about taking those moments that are cold and not warm. They're distant and not feeling good, and they're cold, right? But taking that and realizing that moment is the moment of stillness needed to get to the other side where warmth comes back when we hit back into the spring. So use the cold moon as a way to kind of highlight all of the things around you that need to be highlighted that you may not have seen otherwise, and hang on to them and pull them in and use them to kind of develop whatever it is you're working on into something new and something that will be more fulfilling in the coming year.
All right. And I pulled Nothing is Set in Stone. It's got a beautiful picture of waves with the moon above them. And to me, it's talking about at this time of year to be thankful for all the positive things and all the blessings, because there are, yes, people that do have it worse. And there was a time when you and all of us have had things worse. So it's about looking back and being appreciative of all the positive stuff, because things can always change. They can get better and they can get worse, but they will always change.
I like both that we have cold moon and mutable moon, because both of them in this instance have a chill to them that would seem to be negative, but is not. It's really a need to go forward into something new.
I'm excited to connect to the moon.
Paranormal Witch is up next. Paranormal general read, unless you otherwise request. Very interesting. I'm gonna go ahead and get started here. So this is for romance. The card is Remembering. Let me hold it up a little bit for you. The feeling I'm getting from this particular card as it connects to the Yule Oracle is remembering things, not because they feel good or bad or that they want you to relive bad outcomes, but remembering how those things have shaped you into who you are. So when you look back at things that have not been good or not progressed or not turned out in your favor, especially romances that have failed or not worked for you, remembering means to look at those and say, you know, that might have hurt or didn't work out, but I learned something from that and I can use that to what I'm moving forward into. Does it mean that there's romance on the horizon? I can't say that, but what I can say is that if you use what you've been through as learning and develop yourself more of who you are, doing what you want and only what you want, focus on that and make sure that you are working towards what you need to be in a relationship with yourself in the best way possible, and then somebody else will follow. Hi, Tabby. Let us know if you want to read. We'll put you on the list.
Well, okay, I pulled A New Romantic Cycle Begins. New Moon in Libra. And to me, it's saying a new romantic cycle. So I'm thinking take the focus off of that, off of romance, to come around to what's meant to happen. Sometimes I think when we put energy out about like, I need this, I want this, it can kind of block things. I was just talking about a new cycle in romance. So maybe look at romance and what is important to you from a romance standpoint, like what really matters and what things are important to you in a relationship. This is specifically about romance. So what is important to you in a relationship, and make sure, you know, that you model that, what you expect from the other person. And maybe if you are putting out the very anxious, that kind of energy, try to let that go and just focus on what a healthy relationship looks like to you. And that's what I get for A New Romantic Cycle.
I get it like that. And the remembering is that thing is, as you go into that new romantic cycle, it's making sure that you have learned from the things that have happened in the past to make you who you are, more strictly who you are, and be who you are without any, what am I trying to say? Don't change yourself for somebody else, and being your authentic self will help you move to the next level in a romantic group, a romantic partnership. All right. So next, James Bowen. We've got some reading for James Bowen. What?
That sounded funny.
Bustelo Maserati. Bustelo's a good coffee. Maserati's an overpriced car. Not sure. Because I do not speak and nor can I read the language that you have presented there. Assumption is Chinese, but could be Japanese. I don't know. But regardless, can't read it. Very nice presentation. Thank you. All right. James Bowen. This is a good one. So this is the Yule log. So the Yule log is part of a ceremony, even, or a ritual where we represent and take all the things of the year and we use them like the earth, like the wood, and we burn them. And we create fire and heat and warmth for ourselves as part of our hearth. And then we take the ashes from that Yule log with us year round for good luck. So when the Yule log shows up for me in a reading or something similar to the Yule log, it's a reminder that all the things that have happened that aren't good or maybe suck a little bit don't have to follow you into the next year. We burn them at the Yule log and we let them go. And then we use that for the rest of the year, knowing that leftover doesn't affect us anymore. We're new, we're renewed, we're able to go forward. So if there's been something that's weighing on your mind, kind of giving you a hard time, just, really focus on that and really let that kind of experience go with the end of the year into something new next year. So I think that's a highly important, from my perspective, with the Yule log is really allowing it to go and letting it, move into something better and bigger for you, but using the things that harmed you or hurt you over the year to provide you warmth and heat and shelter. Okay.
All right. And I pulled 2 cards for you because I shuffled and pulled the same card. A new romantic cycle begins. And then I pulled step out of your comfort zone.
Oh, a new romantic cycle, huh?
To clarify. So I take this to me, and this will speak to you, hopefully. If you're have a partner, maybe try something different to keep things going, to keep spiced up. If you're looking for a partner, I would say reconsider your ideals, or make sure you're not overlooking someone that might be right there. And if you're not looking for a partner, new romantic era and stepping out of your comfort zone, I would say to do something, get to know yourself a little bit, and maybe do something new or different that you normally wouldn't do to bring some happiness or self-bonding. That's what I get.
All right. I really like how those go together. Everything is about stepping out of your comfort zone, moving into new things, allowing the things that you've had to not hold you back or move you forward into something new. All right. And Tabby. Let's get some cards for Tabby.
Oh.
Okay. Poinsettia, Tabby. What I have for you is the poinsettia. So, poinsettias are very interesting to me. They kind of everywhere, usually during Christmas time.
Poisonous?
They are poisonous. But they're also a representation of incredible beauty out of something that is kind of, because the poinsettia plant, when it's not blooming, is kind of barren and ugly, and you don't know all those incredibly beautiful red, bright flowers are in there until they bloom, and they're all the way out, all the way open, right? And when they come out and they're all the way open, it's that reminder of yourself. You may feel like sometimes things aren't going exactly as planned, or not in the best of spirits at times, or maybe you'll have moments where you're not feeling too good, but just remember, you have the ability to bloom when you need to bloom. And one thing that we also have the ability to do is to let go gracefully and know that we'll be back next year. Nice. So figure out what it is that's kind of on your mind, that's bothering you, and and feed it to the dirt. Put it in the dirt and let the poinsettia use it to nourish itself and then become this beautiful red bloom.
All right. And I brought up bring love into the situation. So this time of year, end of year, can be hard. I know it is for me, and I think for Mystic a little bit. You know, I know for me, I miss my family, different reasons. It's kind of like the end of things, and things slow down. So bring love into the situation. Give and receive love. Give yourself love, and try to be easier on others during this time of year. Excuse me. I think it's much needed now. It's a cold season, and love is needed for a lot of things.
Remember, love isn't just about romance.
No, this was self-kindness.
Mm-hmm. So,
excuse me.
Tabby, I'm not sure if you heard earlier, but this is our last show. So we wanted to do some tarot and have some fun here at the end. But we will no longer be doing the Sunday service. So Bustelo, thank you for coming in. I'm glad you're here. But we pull a couple cards at the end just to get our general energy going. But this is our last Sunday service. Quick recap if you weren't aware. The Discord is open. We will be going in on scheduled days, Saturday prior to every full moon, and any Saturday prior to a Wheel of the Year turn, I should say. Some of them overlap, so when they overlap, we're going to just do them together. And we're going to have topics of spirituality conversation around whatever's going on at that time of the year, in an attempt to make sure that we're still staying involved in that, how that what that process does for you, right? How we are experiencing, for example, the Yule time. So that's what we're doing, and we'll be posting the times and all the other information very shortly. Dates, times, all that stuff for the entire year of 2025, with December 14th being the first one. It'll either be 2, 3, or 4 sometime in the early afternoon. Open Discord and people in person all getting together to have a conversation, and that's that. No pretense other than spiritual learning from each other and our experiences of what we're doing. So future videos will be coming out, and random streams will be random streams. That'll be that. So with that, I don't know if we're going to do our closing, or do you want to do the closing one more time? It's so old. Yeah. There's so much we needed to change on it. Old. So, we get here. Yeah, I know. I'm sad about it too, but I assumed. But I think the thing really is we're gonna have the same kind of impact where we've never again been about followers. We don't care about who, is following and all that stuff. It's just a way to get information out. And we can talk about Santa, the Lord and Grifter. I love that. Yeah. So, but with that, we will close out for today. We hope you have a great Sunday. Be relaxed. Enjoy your life. We hope to see you in Discord.
I hope you'll be a part of the discussion.
Really hope you'll be part of the discussion. Yeah.
Thank you for hanging out the past 3 years or so, and on to the next thing. And
yep. You will still see videos from us. Like I said, we'll get back to putting it in, and we'll go from there. So love you guys.
They love and thank you.
Yes.